We are back at it again with the 2020 Trail Boss with a simple modification you can do for yourself for $4. Woo! Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, guys? Aloha, welcome to paradise. Guys, welcome to my little piece of paradise I call the Lonestar Hawaiian Garage. We are here with my entire fleet of vehicles, our 2017 ZL1, the OG beloved Silverado, and the 2020 Trail Boss. We had a terrible, terrible accident happen this last week. The lights from the freaking ceiling fell and hit my truck. So those of you that were around with the Garage Build series, I have this horrible crack down the top line of my garage, and I try to patch it 2 different times, and no matter what I freaking do, it just continues to split open. So basically the screws and mounts I had in here just opened up and it fell and hit the truck. But fortunately, the roof of my truck is wrapped. We're fine there. We got to repair that today. But yeah, we got a lot of work to do. So without further ado, the truck is coming out. We are going to be blacking out the rear end. Midnight Edition version 2. Let's go. She is dirty, guys. And instead of boring you with a montage of washing that truck, I got these new racks from Costco. These racks are really cool because I heard if you just go ahead and Costco for the win. Love these things. So, truck's all clean, ready to go. What we're gonna be focusing in on is on this rear end. If you do remember a few videos back, we did a Midnight Edition version 1, in which I literally took a rattle can of Plasti Dip and sprayed my Silverado, my LT badge, in addition to the Z71. Yeah, it's a bit windy, sorry for the wind noise. But the Z71 badges are blacked out, the bow tie in the front is blacked out, and we have the badges in the rear that are blacked out as well. And what I've really wanted to do is address these rear tailpipes because the outlets are chrome. Instead of paying the upgraded charge for the Midnight Edition package, we're gonna do this all probably for just a couple bucks. I have gone back and forth on actually powder coating these or just painting them. And because this channel is really about easily replicating the things I'm doing for low cost, we're gonna try to paint these. Midnight Edition version 2, here we go. Hello, Floof. Hello, Miss Floof. It is so windy out there. Before we pull the truck in and start pulling that all apart, we do need the paint. That's gonna be going on those tailpipes. I don't have it yet, so we're gonna run to Home Depot to go pick up that part. I'm not sure if I'm gonna pick up matte or gloss at this point, but we're gonna go and see what they have. We're gonna hop in the black tie ZL1, take her for a little spin, and go pick up the parts we need. Costco gasoline, let's go. 4,356 miles. Not too bad. We bought this thing with 2,000 miles. We put about 2,300 on it. I've had it just over a month now. Love this thing to death. I'm not gonna look at my fuel efficiency because I'm having too much fun with this, so I'm sure it's horrible. What's up, dude? Yeah. All right, guys, we are all good to go. We got a Rust-Oleum high heat enamel paint. This is a flat finish. I think it's look a lot better than a gloss finish with the contrast on the bumper, but ready to go there. We will see you guys back at home. All right. Unfortunately, the wind's died down just a little bit, and it's time to start ripping apart the tailpipes on this thing. We're gonna get down here and remove these chrome tips, and I'm really hoping these aren't too crazy to remove. We'll find out. I can't believe these things fell on my truck. All right, guys, this should be pretty straightforward and hopefully easy. To be transparent, I actually planned to do a powder coat on these rear tailpipes. Yes, they do look decent. They're chrome, but what's funny is this is the only chrome piece on the entire truck. This is a Trail Boss, so naturally you get the black front end, you get the black bumper, and all the trim is blacked out. This is literally the only piece of chrome on the truck, and why they didn't do this from the factory is beyond me. You can pay to have a Midnight Edition, and my camera's slowly falling over. Come on. There it goes. Let's try this again. This is the only piece of chrome on the truck. So we're gonna say goodbye to the piece of chrome. You can pay for a Midnight Edition Trail Boss or Midnight Edition Silverado that does cost more, or you can take $4, go to your local Home Depot and pick yourself up some high temperature paint and take care of it yourself. That's the assumption anyways. Hopefully this goes well. If it does, good. If not, we're stuck with it.
Dream big, boy, gonna make it. Stand tall, there's higher road to take it. Let go of everything that you know and be wild in the mystery. Yeah.
Victory.
I've been
I'm gonna go. Alrighty guys, driver's side is off, time for the passenger side. Now what I learned is there is 3 bolts holding on this beautiful chrome cap that serves no purpose other than letting exhaust pass through it. Now the 3 bolts, there's 2 on top of this plate. So you have this bumper bracket. I was able to slip my arm in between there. Now some of you bigger brothers might have some trouble with that. I am a skinny, scrawny kid, so I can get my finger in there. So there's 2 10mm bolts on top of this chrome piece, and then 1 more bolt that's pretty easy to access right there. So after those 3 are out, the chrome will just come right out. But as always, easier said than done.
I've been called a righteous man before. Yeah, I've been closer to Jesus
Like one quick at a time.
So can you help me out?
A quick tip for you guys, if you are tackling this for yourself, the last bolt is the most difficult, obviously. And the problem is when it gets loose, you lose the tension on the bolt. So as you're kind of turning a wrench, it's not really clicking at all. The last few clicks, you should be able to access it by simply having it loose and coming right down. And that right there, ladies and gents, is that bolt. There we go. There we go. Success! It's kind of funny how Chevy developed these. These aren't actually an exhaust pipe nor a tip. I don't know if you can call it a tip because it just literally is part of the bumper. And when you pull that out, the bumper is cut to fit, which is kind of cool and seamless, but the exhaust pipe is not connected to this at all, which makes it convenient for the exercise that we are doing right now, because next up, what I'm going to do is try to get rid of as much of this chrome as I can with sandpaper. So I'm gonna wet sand this with probably 400 grit, 400 wet sand, try to get rid of this chrome. So let's sand this thing down, get it ready for paint, and we gotta figure out how to get those bolts back in there. That's not gonna be fun. All right, so as we sand down the driver's side, I did want to bring up one topic, and it was something that General Motors announced this week. And at first it didn't take me by surprise and it didn't really hit me, but it actually just hit me today. If you missed it, General Motors, and it hit me because, to be honest, General Motors announced by 2035 they will be only selling zero-emission vehicles. Only selling zero-emission vehicles. So that means battery-powered vehicles. So 2035, when I heard it, it didn't make it really surprise me. I know it's coming. You know, internal combustion engines seem to have an end date, but 2035 is in 15 years. And I was like, that's a good thing I bought my Z01 now. I can enjoy it before that all happens. But it hit me today because I realized in 15 years, he's going to be driving. And then my second son, he'll be turning 16 in 15 years. Which means the bonding that I experienced growing up with my dad, because internal combustion engine vehicles, tinkering around with them, working on them, fixing them, that's going to be no longer. Yes, there will still be internal combustion engines on the road in 2035. There will be old trucks just like this still on the road. Gas prices, I'm certain by then, are going to be astronomical and ridiculous. They're already skyrocketing right now. I wonder what's happened in the last few weeks. But regardless, guys, General Motors updated their logo a few weeks ago from this to that. I figured that it made sense. You know, everybody's going somewhat battery electric powered vehicles. Volkswagen announced it a few years ago. General Motors is hopping on that train. But the question is, where is everybody getting all this lithium from for the batteries that are powering these vehicles? We are the only nation moving in this direction, and some of the other ones are not held accountable. It's not going to make a freaking difference. And this is coming from a gearhead, a motorhead, someone that loves internal combustion engines, V8. I got a V8, V8, V8. That's where we are. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What's your thoughts on General Motors' announcement to walk away from these internal combustion engines in the next 15 years. I ain't happy about it, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm gonna finish sanding this thing, and then we'll be back in a second to get some black on these bad boys. Where's your shoes? Go get your shoes. Now, I don't want this hot. I'm just gonna get it warm enough to where it's not freaking cold. There you go, Rust-Oleum, high heat. It's actually meant for barbecue grills, which is kind of, it looks like a barbecue grill, kind of. Flat black. Oh! Oh! And you fell down. That was a fumble. How I'm gonna be applying this paint is actually pretty important. My first coat is gonna be super light, almost kind of like an overspray coat. We'll let that get tacky, and then from there we'll get a good first coat and then a heavy second coat. So that's the plan anyways. That already looks better than it did before. Look at that. Heck yes. Well, there you go, guys. Here is the before, and here is drying after. Now this is gonna dry to more of a flat black right there. It stays glossy while it's still wet, and that's gonna look really, really good. Let's do the same thing to this, warm it up just a little bit, get a good light first coat, and then a heavy second and heavy third coat. And then it'll be golden, or black. Not golden, black. All right, guys, there you go. That was 3 solid coats. Actually, that was technically 4 coats, but we are looking pretty dang good. Like I mentioned before, as it's drying, you get kind of a glossy look, but as it continues to dry, it looks like this. So what do you think? How's that gonna look? Let's let these things dry up real good. We'll give it about 15 minutes. And then we're gonna start that reinstallation.
Can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? Or can you help me out? Can you help me out?
Well, there we go. We're all dried up. That looks so much better than the chrome. It's a little more flat than I thought it was going to be. This matte black is super, super matte. It is a high temperature paint. It is relatively durable, so hopefully it's not gonna be chipping anytime soon. But yeah, there is no sheen at all to that. But you got the lettering, Silverado, and then you got this bad boy right here. And what's really funny is I tend to forget that this technically isn't my truck. Yeah, actually the title's in my name, but it's my wife's truck. She drives on a daily basis. It is our family vehicle. So I figure I'd probably show her what I did to her truck. You wanna see what I did?
Yeah. Hold on, Mika has something.
Run, Mika, run! A lot better in chrome.
A lot better. Bedroom.
It's kind of funny because it's an ongoing debate between me and my father-in-law. My father-in-law loves chrome. As you can tell, we're not necessarily about it. When I say we, myself and my wife aren't necessarily about it. She is all for blacking out. She wants this thing completely blacked out from top to bottom. And at least we got the bottom done. So this is all dry. It's ready to go. This is going to be the very, very, very fun part of trying to get this thing back in there. Those screws are going to be a pain to get up on top. But the good news is this is a video and I can edit this to make it look really easy. So let's do that.
Scared to look in my soul. I've been afraid I would follow the road. Yeah, afraid of the things I've been told. So can you help me out? Can you help me out?
Well, there it is, guys. I'm gonna be quick because it is freezing and my Hawaiian butt does not like the cold. So with the rear end, it completely ties it all in together perfectly. Those chrome tips were previously such an eyesore, but now it doesn't just blend in. It's not like it's invisible. It's clearly visible. And the fact that we went with the matte finish, I was kind of thinking last night I might have made a mistake, but pulling it out here this morning, yeah, that was not a mistake at all. That looks so good. Ties in the back end perfectly. We got the gloss black on the bumper, the gloss black on the tailgate, but the lettering, the LT, the Silverado, this plastic here, this plastic step, this is all matte. It ties in perfectly. It kind of splits it up, breaks it up, but it doesn't make it blended or invisible. The exhaust is clearly visible. It makes it look so good. I was a little bit nervous last night that I may have made a mistake going with matte, but without a doubt right now I can tell you that was an amazing choice. Also, the rough country LEDs are looking phenomenal. Man, that looks good. But check out that sunrise. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you're enjoying this series because the excitement on the Trail Boss, if that continues, we're gonna go crazy with this thing. I was not intending to make a massive build out of this, just some minor touches, but if you guys keep supporting the Trail Boss videos, no doubt about it, we're gonna go crazy with it. If you have not subscribed yet, if I have earned your subscription, please scroll down, hit that subscribe button below, be part of the Lonestar Hawaiian family. If you wanna follow me for other updates, follow me on Instagram at Lonestar Hawaiian. We get regular updates there before you see anything drop in on YouTube. There's a lot of collaboration that happens through Instagram. So if you guys want to communicate with me, please go to Instagram. But that's gonna do it for today. I am freezing. We'll see you in a few days for our next video. Until then, y'all take care and aloha.